Hello, hello. What's up with the color? Interesting. Hello, hello. I am masculinity architect DuWayne Langham, designing the distinguished gentleman. My purpose and cause out in the world is helping men design and develop their mature, grounded, masculine expression for a modern world. My experience in the world is a life coach, helping people live their most powerful life. I'm the founder of the Beyond Empowered Network. Been coaching for about 10 years, professionally and personally, heavily developed for the last 5 years. I've been extensively trained and developed through leadership trainings, through the landmark curriculum for living, which includes the landmark form, the advanced course, the self-expression leadership course, and their breakthrough seminar, as well as the team management leadership program year 1 and year 2 coming to completion for me, and also the introduction leaders program and their communication courses. Of course, the college education background, systems engineer, so my credentials, that covers it for the credentials and my experience. So I wanted to share, I wanted to embrace and enjoy the opportunity of promoting, if you will, sharing with you my experience of working with the man, the myth, the legend, Brian Patrick, BP. So my overall experience working with BP has been expansive and extensive. The level of which I have gotten to know Brian Patrick, BP, the collaborations and efforts that we've created, the access that I've seen to his genius, if you will, has been thoroughly enjoyable. Always a good time, always a fun time, and very creative. Absolutely. Who is BP Brian Patrick to me? Who he is for me as a friend, as human being to human being, someone who listens, someone who cares, someone who engages and supports, and really that last part, being a support, someone I can rely on, most importantly. Communication with Brian Patrick, BP, is always a surprise because he's highly trained and developed in his listening and in his speaking, and his expression is uniquely his own. The ability to create and come up with ideas and possibilities seems almost infinite. And the level of rigor inside of his listening to not step over anything raises the bar of any communication with BP. I would say BP, Brian Patrick, deals with breakdowns in a mature, thorough, and complete methodology in context that even when triggered or taken out, which isn't often, but when it does happen, he's human, just like everybody else, hard to believe. When that does happen, he's able to quickly bring things back to center, to get scope of everything, to take responsibility, especially when it comes to communication, such that everyone is left empowered, everyone is left with clear, direct communication of what's next, where we go from here, the what so of what's taking place. So communication with BP, how BP deals with breakdowns is to simply take them on. I would say BP is the type of individual that lives by a breakdown as an opportunity to create a breakthrough in whatever it is that you're up to. I know that I can count on BP to give me honest feedback, to give his best effort, and to bring a perspective to whatever it is that we're looking at, creating, or working on. He'll bring a perspective that is uniquely his own and will always add value to the situation. What I see possible by continuing to work with BP is really fulfilling on my life goals. The partnerships and projects that we've worked on, he brings such value and a willingness to commit and contribute. And at the same time, gives me the opportunity to overflow and contribute and pay back into not only what he's up to, what he's challenged by, where he's building himself, and allowing me to, add my value. It's just mutual reciprocity. So what I see possible is definitely continuing that growth together. I always tell them, we're leaders, giants, shoulder to shoulder, side by side, out to deliver light to humanity and help improve this life experience on Earth. So I see that as unfolding and coming into fruition more and more every day. Why somebody would want to work with Brian Patrick? Well, there's only one way to ask that. Do you want the best in your life? If that's so, that is exactly why you want to work with Brian Patrick. Enough said. That's all for now. In the meantime, I'm going to be right here, being the best version of myself. One could even say beyond empowered. The question for you is, who are you going to be today? Hopefully it's involving BP, Brian Patrick.